caliber gleams bright. Dubstep beats ignite the fight. Power surges with every strike. Raise the sword, feel the light. Kingslayer is true.
Hello, and welcome back to my channel. Today, I'd like to talk about the 2024 election. Actually, let's talk about my creations instead. More, let me show you my creations. How about that? I don't want to show them to you here, so let's go to the Batcave. Okay, here we are in the Batcave. Let's show off those creations I was telling you guys about. Okay, so here in the Batcave, I have some decorations, and my decorations are my creations. So let me show you just a couple of them quick. First of which is going to be the Kingslayer crown, obviously. This is made of foam. I usually work with like cardboard and stuff. Not bad. One of my decent foam creations. Then I've got Skippy, which is the gun from Cyberpunk 2077. I actually made this out of cardboard. I stacked cardboard and then like carved it out, kind of, if you can see or tell. But yeah, this is Skippy, the AI gun. And then I built like a little stand for it so I can actually have it displayed. And then you guys have already seen this in some of my things. This is my Pip-Boy I made. Don't mind too much of the screen area, it looks a little rough, but this is the same concept as that Skippy gun, but with foam. I stacked up foam, at least for this side. I stacked up foam and then just like carved the Pip-Boy parts out. And then I kind of did the same thing on this side. And then just used Velcro to put them together. And yeah, it looks pretty rough, but you know what? It's the Mark I version of my Pip-Boy. I at least know, or at least have an idea of what I'm doing the next time I try to make one. And then my next one is obviously my Scout mask. My Scout mask you've seen before as well. This is a combination of cardboard and foam. And tape, if you can tell. But yeah, the foam I just ended up like gluing in and carving out for the eyes and these. And again, it looks a little rough, but it's the first version of this. So again, when I go to make it, I'll at least know what I'm doing or have a good idea of what I'm doing. My next creation then is kind of from one of my favorite animes, Bleach. It's inspired from that. One thing I always liked about Bleach was Ichigo would go like this, and then, you know, his hollow mask would appear. This is my hollow mask. If I were a Bleach character, this is what I would imagine my hollow mask to look like. But yeah, let me just take this thing off real quick. Okay, now that I got that thing off, my next creation is what I call my Zeta gun. It's like a 50s style ray gun. Again, it's all cardboard. I started out building a lot of stuff in cardboard. I made helmets to start. And then I started branching out and making other stuff. And some of the things I wanted to do was with foam. So I started trying to use foam and make stuff out of foam. Then this is the Thirst Zapper out of foam. I actually used foam and then caulk and made it like hard and smooth, smoother than it looked with the carved foam. It kind of looked similar to this, how like rough and chunky it looks. But when I used caulk on it, it made it a lot, I mean, you can still see it's kind of like chunky and stuff, but it's smoother than it was at least. I mean, it still needs some details. It needs the Nuka-Cola symbols and all that, but it's a start, and it needs a trigger too. Here's another example. I started out in cardboard. Here's the Omnitrix I painted it red to be like the Albedo's version, I think is his name. Albedo is the alien that has the Omnitrix. He's a red one. This is the cardboard version. And then here's the foam version. And this one I actually painted like the Omnitrix. It needs a little repair. My stuff's been through a little moving. I moved across the country and then moved back. My other thing I want to show you here, I just gotta grab them all. So, these were given to me by a friend. And these are made of cardboard. And these are actually kind of what inspired me to start messing around with cardboard and trying to make stuff. These are Wolverine claws. I have both, but this one has seen better days and it needs a little repair, but yeah, I mean, when I saw the precision in the person that made these and like how nice and smooth and like realistic these looked, I was like, dude, I gotta try for myself. So after building helmets and making various items, I kept looking at the Wolverine claws and I was like, you know what, I gotta try. But I made mine differently. I made mine out of wood and cardboard. I have one bone claw, and one metal claw out of something else. But here's my bone claw that I carved out of wood. And then here is my metal claw that I made out of foam. I don't know if you can see it too good. But yeah, pretty dope. And then here's a creation out of foam, a glove, and some rocks. I made my own version of the Infinity Gauntlet. Sorry, it's a little tight to get on. Painting the glove made it very stiff and hard to like put on. But here's my Infinity Gauntlet. My Earth Gem Infinity Gauntlet. It has all these like quartz crystals in it. Let me just snap. Still here. But yeah, there's my Infinity Gauntlet. And then here's one of the things I'm most proud of. It's my lightsaber hilt. This was one of my early creations, and on my other old channel that I shall not name, but my old channel, this got a lot of views when I first made it. Just a simple cardboard tube, modified to look like a lightsaber, and then I even put little, like, electric wires in it to make it look dope. Okay, so last little thing, and then I'll show you the big dogs. I made a little Star Trek communicator badge pin, and I actually glued a safety pin to it, so you can pin it to your shirt. But yeah, now to the big dogs. This is a Mandalorian helmet. This was one of my first ones that I did. That's why it has the MK1 on it. But this was the first version. There's no screen in it or anything. I recently repainted it and then added like the battle damage and rust details to it, or weathering I should say. But there's that. I didn't really like it. I thought it was bulky and it was too big. Compared to the other one, which, one second, let me show you the other one. Here's my other helmet. This actually goes to this right here.
King stands under the gale with this crown and sword of name, breaking hearts, the trail in lost battlefield never fails. King Slayer, oh King Slayer, conqueror, destroyer, heart slayer.
So, the last thing I want to show you guys, one of my most favorite creations, I mean, it could use better painting, but I'd say for the most part, it's done. I used the same method as the thirst zapper. I did foam and like carved out what I wanted and then covered it in caulk and painted it. Here's the stand for it. This is just one solid like foam piece that I put caulk on and like carved out and tried to make it look like rock. And then you saw this probably in the video from before, but this here's the Dragon Dagger from Power Rangers, the Green Ranger's dagger. And I literally have a stand for it, which is dope. Boom. Yeah, those are all my creations. I hope you enjoyed my creations. Those are about all that I have left anymore. Not all of them survived. As I said before, I moved across the country, so not all my stuff made it in great condition. And honestly, a lot of my helmets, I just gutted and threw away. And I'll show you actually. So I built this tiny little box, and then I basically gutted the helmets and took like all the important stuff like this, the visors, or lenses that I had in them, or my one helmet literally had lights on both sides of it. I had a really thin Iron Man helmet that I was trying to make and actually model it after this one. This isn't mine, this is the Marvel version of the Iron Man helmet. I just like basically copied this and made a thin cardboard version of it that would have like magnetic thing for the faceplate, but it literally got crushed in the box, so I ended up just tearing it apart and salvaging what I could. And it sucks because one of my first creations ever, one of my first helmets was a Gundam helmet, and that thing did not survive. But I took the visor thing off of it, so I have it. But yeah, those were my creations. I hope you guys enjoyed, and whenever I make anything in the future, let me know if you guys enjoyed this. I'll make a video of me making something. But until next time, thank you for watching. I appreciate you guys' support. I appreciate all the likes and views. If you enjoyed this video, like and subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next one. See ya.